In 2018, two anglers thought they had the perfect tournament con. That's what we're going to talk about right now. Robert Dennett and Cameron Wooten thought they had the perfect con in their 2018 Lake Powell bass fishing tournament. Now, these were tournament anglers and local clubs. They were fishing in a 25-team tournament for about $2,500 for first place. And the story goes, and I'm going to read most of it because it's in my notes, that they brought their fish to the scales on the first day of a 2-day tournament that did not look anything like what any other bass that was weighed in. And these bass were in very poor shape. Should mention that the anglers were in second place after day one. The Utah Division of Wildlife Resources was called, and an undercover officer was at the weigh-in on day two. And I quote, "Some of the large amounts of bass turned in had little heads and fatter bodies, indicating a different diet than the Lake Powell fish, which were more lean. These fish had red fins." And it made the wildlife people think that something was wrong. Now, the two anglers were questioned after day two, after the weigh-in, and Wooten all but admitted that they had done something wrong. But his partner, Bennett, denied it emphatically. "I did nothing wrong." Both were charged with bribery or threat to influence a contest, unlawful release of wildlife, which is a Class A misdemeanor, and unlawful captivity of a protected wildlife, which is a Class B misdemeanor. Now, during the investigation, another angler contacted the DWR officials, saying that the two men were at Quail Creek Reservoir Thursday before the tournament, and they were very suspicious of the two guys. And Quail is about 140 miles away from Lake Powell. After the day two weigh-in, the anglers' fish were actually confiscated and brought back, and scientists confirmed that through stable isotope analysis that the bass were from Quail Creek, not Lake Powell. What made this whole investigation even crazier is that during the investigation, the officer found that the men had taken first, second, and third place in 8 other tournaments that year. Now, it was all said and done, they pleaded guilty, and the anglers were convicted and sentenced. Both anglers pled guilty, $2,500 in fines, $500 plea each, 48 hours of community service, 2 years no hunting, which is kind of crazy, and 5 years of no fishing. Now, here's where the real issue comes in. It took 2 years of court and costs and all of the things that come with making this investigation come to fruition, only to get those little fines, no jail time, and nothing else, and to have a guilty plea. Now, I've done lots of videos on these cheaters recently because to me this is interesting, because I want to know how all these people are getting away with it. What are the consequences? And you're going to see in the next one, which I'll film after this, is that most of these guys are really looking for the ego push. They want the pat on the back. They want the clout that comes with winning a tournament, but they just can't win without cheating. And it really disturbs me because I think that this is part of the issue that's going on in the industry now. We've had all of these cheating allegations and cheaters in this hobby and sport. And now we're seeing a lot of non-endemic sponsors just go away. People don't want to have their companies associated with professional bass fishing because of anglers like Robert and Cameron. And they're just two of the many people who cheat on a consistent basis and aren't punished harshly enough. But this is crazy. This is another crazy story. And the next one's even crazier, kinda, but I don't have their names, but you'll see that one coming soon. So what are your thoughts on these cheaters? Should there be harsher penalties? Should we throw the book at them? Should we know their names so that we can make sure that we never have them participate in any fishing tournament ever? Comment below and tell me what you think. Thanks for hitting that like and subscribe button. Thanks for all the people who comment on the channel. Thanks to all the new subscribers, all the new members. Friday night we will do a live show, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So get on the channel, participate, and thank you. But if you're not a subscriber, click that button, and thank you for that too. Remember, take your kid fishing, tight lines, cheers, and get your fish on.